For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, Even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Romans 9, verse 17. When the scripture says, I have raised thee up, Pharaoh, it names not a foreign king, but the living part of your own consciousness that resists freedom. God the I Am within your imagination arouses that resistance so you may know his power by overcoming it. Every stubborn circumstance, every inner no, exists that you might act in your unseen workshop and give form to the promise you hold. This is your moment to act. When limitation looms large, do not merely assent, enact the victory inwardly. Do not sip again from the cool waters of second-hand belief. Pour yourself the wine of conviction and taste how real it is. By that imaginal act, you loosen the chains you thought were iron and declare the I Am throughout all the earth of your being. Pharaoh's rising is the call to your own creative courage. As you fix your mind's eye upon the fulfilled vision, you become one with infinite love, one spirit with the Lord of your own imagination. In that embracing ecstasy, every barrier softens, the sea parts before your steadfast will. Resistance becomes the very altar on which your faith is tested and your power revealed. So when fear stands before you and seems insurmountable, remember, it is raised by the same voice that gives you command. Turn inward, see the outcome done, and watch the walls fall. In that simple, unseen act, you declare the name of God, the name of your own creative consciousness, throughout every chamber of your life. Time to act has come. Imagine the end now, and it must be. This verse portrays two inner characters. The Pharaoh represents the ego's resistance, our habitual, self-preserving consciousness. And I is the deeper creative self that governs from within. Psychologically, God speaking to Pharaoh mirrors the inner dialogue where your higher awareness deliberately stimulates and challenges limiting beliefs. It shows how resistance is first awakened and then transformed by a higher state of mind. On the invisible plane, every scenario you hear or speak in imagination becomes formative. By raising up the Pharaoh state, that is, spotlighting the resistance, you create tension between what is and what could be. This tension is the dynamic energy that propels manifestation. In other words, your imaginative act first summons the blockage, then instantly overcomes it by declaring a higher identity. The unseen imaginal act generates the seen reality. The secret power here is your sovereign imagination. You possess the same almighty faculty that shows power within any limiting condition. When you realize that every outer circumstance is first spoken in the mind, you claim the authority to rewrite your own story. This verse reminds you, you are both the speaker and the acted upon, the divine counsel and the individual choosing to act. Begin by discerning the presence of your own Pharaoh, a whisper of fear, a familiar habit, or a stubborn block that holds you back. Invite this inner ruler into the light of your attention, and in a moment of quiet reflection, imagine speaking to it directly. I raise you up so that my power in me may be revealed. As this scene unfolds in the theater of your mind, notice how something deeper in you begins to stir. The instant you have made this imaginative proclamation, allow yourself to shift seamlessly into the state you wish to embody. Feel the sweetness of victory as if it is already in your grasp. Sense the firm ground of security beneath your feet, and taste the freedom of the spirit unfettered, all fully present and alive. Whenever a shadow of doubt crosses your awareness, return to that same inner scene and enrich it with fresh feeling until the conviction becomes unshakable. By treating every inner resistance as a stage for your divine self to express, you transform each obstacle into a silent witness of your creative might. In every moment you choose to act in faith, you demonstrate the oneness of you and the source, affirming that the living scripture within you always fulfills its creative word.